Right. So that first off, that profile picture is provided by Hildy. Thank you, Hildy. That took about an hour just to get that picture right. So it shows you how much time she puts into it. But my name is BJ. I'm at M&T Bank, and we are going to go through my presentation. Thank you. So just a quick snapshot about myself. I was born in the Philippines. I'm the third child of four. Okay, I came to the United States in 1989 and was raised in Stanford. Currently have two kids, ages 2 and 5. I worked in banking for about 15 years and started my career at People's United Bank, Citibank, Webster Bank, and now I am currently at M&T Bank. And then just real quick, briefly, just take a look at my banking accolades. And just a little bit about M&T. So M&T is a relatively new bank in Connecticut. They did purchase Hudson Valley, I believe, back about 4 or 5 years ago. So they converted those branches into M&T banks. So we're a relatively new quantity in Connecticut, but I mean, it's a big bank. It's much bigger than Webster. As you can see, we're in the Fortune 500 companies. We have 750 branches. We go all the way down to Washington, D.C. and Virginia. We have about 1,800 ATMs and $120 billion in assets. Fun fact, M&T stands for Manufacturers and Traders Bank. So just a little bit about what I do. Currently, I'm just absolutely slammed with real estate inquiries right now. Because of the historic lows in the commercial real estate world, I'm doing a ton of commercial real estate purchases and refinances. So just real quick snapshot about some of the things, some of the requirements that we look at is we can do up to 75% CLTV. During COVID, that dropped to 60, but we've since starting to relax our restrictions. The low fixed rates, we can do 5, 10, or 15 years, amortized over 20 to 25 years. The property must cash flow on its own. Owner-occupied and investment properties are eligible, strip malls as well. Appraisals and environmentals may be needed. So just a quick thing, we don't finance gas station properties. That's just like a thing we have. Every deal is considered and no deal fits a standard box. So there's going to be a lot of special things going on with each deal. And again, it's not a one size fits all type thing. And we'll go from there. So M&T is really big with the SBA. We partner with the SBA. We are a preferred lender with the SBA. So just a quick thing about what's going on recently, part of the CARES Act, the SBA is paying all fees. They're doing 90% guarantees. What does that mean to everyone? Basically, if it's an SBA loan, the government is going to absorb 90% of the risk. Banks love it. If the deal goes bad on a $100,000 deal, the government will compensate the bank up to $90,000 in a nutshell. So the banks love that. It's encouraging the banks to really do some lending. There's some of our favorite loans are the Express, the SBA 7A loans. What those can be used for is working capital, equipment purchases, lines of credits. There's actually no more fees associated with getting these loans because the SBA is paying for all of that. And as of February 7th, there's $183 billion left in the PPP funds. So get your applications in. There's a lot of strict restrictions going on. There's a lot of back and forth with the banks and the SBA, and they will actually kick back an application if they don't like it. So it's not a free-for-all like the first phase where everyone basically came up with a number and threw it against the wall and it stuck and congratulations, you were approved. There are some restrictions and it's a lot more difficult now to get your PPP funds, which is why there's so much money left. Okay, one of my favorite products, actually, I've been doing restaurants a lot with, is our Express Lines of Credits. These are streamlined revolving lines of credits with a 2-page application, no tax returns, and you can go up to $100,000. There's no fees to close at all on a line of credit. It's eligible for up to 10% of the gross annual sales, and the last filed tax return numbers are used. Rates are between prime plus 1% to 2.5%, depending on the credit of the borrower. Prime rate right now is 3.25%, and there is, again, some talk of rates going up. It remains to be seen. So that's going to be something to look out for. But this is a phenomenal product. I've been able to get restaurants, even during this time, lines of credits just to help them get through the downturn in their market. So some of the other products that we do business credit cards, we do unsecured and secured personal credit cards, dealer floor plans. Dealer floor plans are basically, it's used for financing the new cars for dealerships. Equipment and vehicle financing lines of credit with terms up to 5 years. Construction companies use these to buy $100,000 dump trucks and backhoes. Then they can pay those off in 5 years. The interest rates you're looking at 3.5% to 4%. So those are really favorable for the construction companies. We do unsecured personal lines of credits up to $50,000. Basically, it's just a credit check, and you can get a $50,000 loan. We do home equity lines and loans up to 85.99% on primary and vacation homes only. And I didn't put it on here, but we do boat and car financing. So M&T Bank is very lender friendly. Basically, we love to give money. We understand that we lead with lending, and that's the name of the game. In closing, I ran through that pretty quick, but I want to leave some time out for questions. I just want to thank all the members in the group here who've referred business and entrust me to be their banker, which is why Stanford Business Network is the premier business network in Fairfield County, and I am honored to be part of it. So I thank everyone again. Anyone have any questions?
Jay, you know, to most of us, I think, you look and there's a bank and it's a bank, and we don't know much more than that. What distinguishes one bank from another? Why would someone choose M&T?
Great question. It's really about the service. You know, most banks are going to have pretty much the same suite of products. I mean, there's going to be a little difference here. There's going to be a little difference there, a little difference in underwriting culture here and there. But really, it's going to be the service. You know, it's good to have your banker on speed dial. I mean, just talk to some of the people who bank at Chase, and with their PPP loans, it goes into a black hole and they never hear from them again. And then 3 weeks later, it just shows up, right? I mean, that's just not the way you want to run your business. So again, it's the service, it's the suite of products, little changes here and there, but mainly it's going to be the service. Good question, Casey. Thank you.
I'd like to add too, I mean, we worked with PJ when he was at Webster, and looking forward to continuing working with him. He picks up the phone and calls you when there's something he knows you should be aware of. And just having a banker know who you are and be there to help with problems and things, it's such a difference. So I highly recommend working with PJ.